everyone. So we're here on campus. We're really excited to start this tour. We're going to start it in a few minutes. My name's Alyssa, so I'm going to be your tour guide today. So just a few things that we can cover real quick before we start the tour. So if you guys are interested in visiting campus, we are doing campus visits. You can visit our website, etown.edu/admissions, or you can even email admissions. It's admissions@etown.edu. So we're doing in-person tours. We're doing a lot of virtual events as well this spring. We're doing junior visit days, accepted students days. We're doing academic days where you can sit on some classes. So keep an eye out, there's plenty going on. So we're really looking forward to interacting with you and meeting you guys. So yeah, we're very excited about today. A little bit about me. So I'm originally from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is not too far from Etown. I am a 5th year grad student here. So I am currently working on my master's degree in public policy. I'll be graduating in May. But my undergrad, I double majored in political science and German with a minor in international studies. So we're going to be able to see a lot of campus today. We have some videos coming out next week on our Instagram. They're going to be highlights showing you in-depth a dorm, the honors program, as well as our academic buildings with some specific information about some of our majors. So definitely look forward to that. Because of that, we're not going to go into the dorm today so we can see the rest of campus, but there's still a lot to see. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just comment your questions throughout. Also, if you guys want to comment your name, where you're from, what you're looking at studying, that would be really great. We're definitely excited to hear from you. So we're just going to get started here in a few minutes. So just keep commenting questions, and throughout the tour today, we're going to be answering them for you. So we're really looking forward to hearing from you guys. And yeah, we're really excited to share our campus with you. We can do a little overview of what we're going to be seeing. We're going to go to our library, we're going to go to our student center, we're going to go to our fitness center as well. We're going to go see a couple academic buildings just for a brief overview. And then we're going to finish at the Dell, which is a very special spot here on campus. So definitely stay tuned for all of that, and we're going to get started in just a couple minutes. So are there any questions or anything coming in yet, or no? All right, so yeah, just if you want to come to campus, you can do that at some point this semester, but we're actually going to get started right now. So we're going to head over here. So right now I'm standing in front of Alpha. So this building was the first building that we had here on campus back when we were founded in 1899. At that point, it has everything, the dorms, the classrooms, the dining hall. Since then, we've outgrown it by a lot. We're on over 200 acres of land now. So today it houses like administrative offices, like the office of the president, dean's offices, stuff like that. But we're going to head over here so we can go and see our library. So before we get to our library, I'm going to point out, so over this direction here, there's a building with a clock in the front of it. That's Doug. So that's going to be our music building. It also houses registration and records, financial aid, and the business office. So all three of those are very important offices. Everyone who works there is super friendly and helpful. So if you ever need to go in for any help or email them, they're super responsive. So we're going to head over here to our library. You can see our library right up here. Our library is open usually until 1 a.m. on school nights, and then Fridays and Saturdays, people aren't really studying as much. So it does close usually around 7. You can go in there and see the main floor today. So we're going to head up here. There are a lot of stairs in the front, but the great thing is those stairs are heated. So in the winter time, if we get any snow, like we're supposed to get this, like tomorrow, I think, they're going to be completely dry. So you can always get up here to the library. So we're going to head up here and go onto the main floor. So we're going to head right inside here. Alright, so this is our second floor of our library. This is also our main floor. It was just renovated about a year ago. So over there we have a Starbucks to-go station. So if you want to stop by and get some coffee, you can totally do that. You can see we have a bunch of furniture set up here. It all has outlets in it, which is really great when you're studying. A lot of our furniture is spaced out right now because of social distancing guidelines, so we want to make sure we're keeping students safe. We also, on this floor, we have a reference desk that our librarians will sit at. So if you have any research questions, you can always ask them. So if you need help, like maybe citing a source or with one of our databases, you can totally ask them that. They'll be sitting right here. About 90% of our collection is actually online, so you can always access that. And then over here, we also have our circulation desk. So that's where our student assistants work. So that is a job opportunity on campus. So they help students check out books, or if they're printing newspapers, stuff like that. You can also check out like laptops and iPads, DVDs and board games. There are plenty of events here as well. We have a total of 4 floors in the library. So the first floor below us, that's where our archives are. And then there are 2 floors above us. It gets quieter the higher you go. So once you get to that top floor, it's pretty quiet, but here on this floor, you'll probably hear people talking amongst themselves. That's where most of our physical collection is, but then we also have group study rooms and study carrels up there as well. Another thing we have available here, Sunday through Thursdays, we'll have writing tutors here. So if you want to come in and bring your paper, they'll look over it and offer feedback and suggestions, which is a really great resource as well. But we're going to head out so we can continue our tour. So we're going to go back out here. We call it the BSC, kind of like the center of student life here on campus. So we're going to head over here. So in there we'll be able to talk about like some of our meal plans and stuff like that, as well as see a few other things that we have here on campus, our mailboxes and stuff like that. So we're going to head over here. On nice days, they're going to be playing. There's going to be plenty of seating out here, so you guys can sit outside and maybe eat lunch with your friends or get some work done. They're normally playing music out here as well, so it's usually a pretty lively environment. So especially like in the spring semester when once it gets warmer again, we usually have a lot of really nice days, so you can enjoy that. And we're going to go ahead and head inside here. Or a Wawa, it's snacks, drinks, need to order food. Use what's called Jaywalk there. It's like a virtual currency. It corresponds to the dollar amount. So the way our meal plans work, we have meal swipes that you use in our dining hall and Jaywalks that you use in our other dining locations. You basically have 3 different options. They're all the same price. They usually recommend you start with the gold meal plan. That's unlimited meal swipes and $100 in Jaywalks. Personally, I found I used the bronze meal plan. I didn't really eat breakfast in the marketplace. So that was 150 meal swipes and then 300 in Jaywalks. So it's kind of up to you. You can figure out what works best for you. We also here on campus have a branch of PSECU. So whether you bank with them or you want to open an account with them, you can totally do that. There's also an ATM available. It doesn't charge any fees. It just depends on your bank whether or not they'll charge you a fee. So we're going to head over here to check out our mailboxes.
Alyssa, we have our first question.
Oh, okay.
So what's your favorite thing about Etown?
My favorite thing about Etown? Oh, there's so many. I really love the community environment that we have here on campus. With the faculty, you're really close with them. You're really close with everyone here on campus. Everyone's so nice and helpful. I know I've stricken up so many conversations with just random people that I don't even know, but we always have great conversations. So everyone really wants to help you, and so it's just a great environment on campus. But over here, we do have mail services. You have one mailbox here on campus. You keep it as long as you're here on campus. It's the same combination and everything. The way it works is you get letters directly to your mailbox, and then when you get a package, you get an email. So if it's like cookies or something, they're not going to go bad. And then you take the blue slip over to the window. That's open 9 to 5 on weekdays. So you're already going to be in here to eat. It's really easy to stop by and pick up a package. So they'll scan your blue slip, you scan your ID, and then they hand you your package. It's super simple. Everyone delivers here, Amazon, UPS, FedEx, the Postal Service, mail stuff as well. So what's great is that your address is like a normal street address. So it's your mailbox number followed by Baugher Avenue, Elizabeth PA, which makes it super easy to online shop, which is always great. So
I have another question.
Okay.
How is the food on campus?
It is really good. I always say that catering is the best food on campus, but even the food in the marketplace is really great. And I know a lot of colleges say that, but I think it's really true here. We have plenty of options. And we're actually going to head up so we can see the dining hall right now. So we're going to go ahead and show you that. So we're going to head up these stairs here. So normally you would go over to the left to go into the marketplace. We're actually going to go to the right so we can kind of look in now. So over here, you'll see our smaller side. So normally there isn't any plexiglass. That is a COVID thing. Normally this side is tables with about 4 chairs at them. We also have a much larger side. That side's going to have long cafeteria-style tables with some booths as well. When you come in, you set whatever you have down, like your phone or something, to mark the table. We also have a pledge of integrity when we start here, and we take that very seriously. So frequently you'll see just like a phone sitting on a table. That just means someone's marked the table. In terms of options, there's 2 to 3 rotating options. They're different for every lunch and dinner. They post them online ahead of time, up to a few weeks in advance, so you can always see what they're going to be. We also always have a pasta station. There's the grill, which is like hamburgers, hot dogs, stuff like that. Deli, which is kind of like a Subway, so any sandwich or wraps you can think of, they can make. There's a pizza station, there's a salad bar, soup station, omelet station during the week. There's plenty of desserts. They're all made fresh here, so they're all really good. So you'll definitely have plenty of options here. We also started a to-go program last year, and so when you come in, you can ask for a to-go box, and then you grab whatever food you want. It's the same as a normal meal swipe, and it's really great when you have like a club meeting you need to get to, or if it's really nice outside and you just want to sit outside and eat, you can do that too. So when you're all done, you bring your tray over to this like big conveyor belt thing that we have, and you stick it on there, and they take care of everything for you, which is really nice. So all around, it's usually plenty of different options for you. It's a great spot to meet up with your friends, to have dinner with them. So also in this building though, if you look over here, we have a 24/7 access computer lab. So even if you have a laptop on campus, it's good to know that in case something were to happen, you can always stop here. There's also a print station here as well, which printing is included in tuition. So there's no additional charge. We have print stations in all of our academic buildings and all of our residence halls. So they're always really convenient. But we're gonna head over here. So back here we have our Center for Student Involvement. That houses some of our religious life organizations, but also our service organizations. Our motto is Educate for Service. We take that very seriously, so we have things like Into the Streets every year. We're about 400 students will volunteer and go out into the local community, and they do service projects. So sometimes it's working leaves for an elderly person or helping out a local charity or organization. I know this year they were still able to do it. They had students do take-home projects. So they made like dog toys and cards for people in nursing homes and stuff like that. Personally, I volunteered through our Center for Community and Civic Engagement, and we went into a local elementary school, and we did an after-school club for 4th through 6th graders to help them develop social skills. I know we have a mentorship program with Middle First School. There's Habitat for Humanity, Best Buddies, Colleges Against Cancer, which is like Real Life for Life. So there's plenty of ways to volunteer here on campus, but also in the greater community, which is really great. Down this hallway we have over here, we also have career services. So they're there to look over your resume, maybe help do a mock interview. What's great is that they're available even after you graduate. So they do a lot of job fairs on campus. I know every year they do this thing called the Etiquette Dinner. It's free for students to go, and catering provides the food, which, like I said earlier, it's great food. And they bring in an expert to kind of help you navigate situations you're probably not familiar with. So networking events and business dinners, stuff like that. So I actually got extra credit for going my first year, and I went with my friends, and we had a really great time. So I always recommend doing that. But also down this hallway, we have academic advising. So they're there to answer any general academic questions you may have, or maybe you're not quite sure what you want to major in. They can also help with that. We have counseling services, where we have several trained mental health professionals who offer free services to students. And then we also have the Learning Zone, which is our peer tutoring center. So you never pay for tutoring, but if you are a tutor, you do get paid. So I know it's something that I do on the side. But we have tutors for pretty much every class. They do group sessions, weekly sessions, as needed sessions. You just go in or email them and let them know what class you're in and what times you're available. They're open until 10 p.m., so you get tutoring anytime throughout the day, and then they'll match you up with a tutor. So it's a really great way to get help on campus. But we're going to head back downstairs and see a few more things in this building. So we're going to go this way over here. As we come around the corner here, you can see that we have a couple posters hanging up on the banister there. Normally that entire banister is full of posters. So it's a bit of a tradition that we have here. They're all handmade, and they're all advertising things going on campus. So it's a great way to see what's happening, like if a club's having an event, or Math Tower or Improv Group's having a show, or there's like a bus trip to New York, something like that. They'll put a poster up with all like important information. So down here, we have the Blue Bean. It serves Starbucks coffee, so you can get your favorite Starbucks drinks with some Etown specialties. So normally there is more furniture down here. It's been removed for social distancing, but it's a very popular spot on campus. I know it's one of my favorite study spots. They're always playing music down here. Sometimes you can't even find a seat, but people hang out with their friends, work on group projects, get some studying done, and can pick up their coffee too. So it is a very popular spot. Down the hallway over here, we do have a theater. So we don't currently have a department. They were going to do some community productions. That is unfortunately on hold because of COVID. But we did use it as a classroom this semester. I had a class in there. It's a little weird because it's a black box theater, but it works. We also have our dance studio back there. So we have over 100 different clubs and organizations here on campus. Our largest is Emotion, which is a student-run dance group. So basically students choreograph dances, they audition other students, and then they have a big recital at the end of the semester. So there's all different levels and styles of dance, so you never danced before you can participate. I know my friends always did it, and I loved going to support them at the recitals. And then back there we also have another student lounge called the Birdcage. Since we're the Blue Jays, everything's bird themed. But back there it's kind of the opposite of the Blue Bean. It's very quiet, they're not playing music. Usually there's only 2 students back there, so when I really need to focus, I go back there to study. But we have different study environments all over campus, and that's kind of part of the fun, is to figure out what your favorite ones are. So, looks like we have another question.
Are there any job opportunities on campus?
There are a lot of job opportunities on campus. So you can work for dining services, you can work for the library, you can work for an academic department, you can work for admissions like I do. You can work for ITS. So there's jobs all over campus. So you can always look around and see who's hiring. But yeah, there are plenty of opportunities here on campus. So we're going to head down here. So down here we have the cave. It's a multi-purpose room. So we do a lot of fun things in here. We have bingo that we do. We try to do it at least once a semester. It's very popular here on campus. So the reason being, we have big prizes. So iPhone 10, AirPods, cash prizes. Normally there are multiple prizes that they give out. So like an hour before, you'll see 100 students lined up. They always run out of seats. So we always look forward to that. We also have this new thing we started last year called Conrad's Corner. So once we can have those large indoor gatherings, we look forward to bringing that back. So it's basically a giant party. It's entirely free for students. Catering provides a whole bunch of food, and they'll do like a Super Bowl party, or they'll do like an Oscar watch party, which my friends and I went to. We had a blast. So we're definitely looking forward to that coming back as well. Do you have another question? Or okay. All right, we're gonna head out here then. To the Baugher Center, which is our new fitness center, but I'll point a few things out along the way. So once we get over here, you can see that we have a food truck here on campus. It's called the J Truck. So that's usually a late night option. It's usually up until from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's a lot of like greasy fried foods. I know this semester they actually kept it open for lunch. So it's a very popular spot here on campus. Up on the hill up here, we have Founders, which is one of our residence halls. So we have a total of 6 residence halls here on campus. So none of them are classroom specific. That being said, seniors do get to choose first. So sometimes they do congregate in certain dorms, but you'll usually have a few upperclassmen in your dorm, even your first year here, which is really nice. So Founders tends to be, more freshmen, but a lot of our living learning communities like it. We call them LLCs. So usually it's a bunch of like-minded students who live together I know we have the Honors LLC, there's like engineering, business, pet friendly, substance free, gender inclusive, so there's a ton of different communities like that on campus. We also have what's called student directed living communities, or SDLCs. There are 3 different types. So some of them live in suites here on campus, others live in like college-owned houses around campus. It's usually about 4 to 6 students who live together, and they complete a service project throughout the year. But we also have apartments here on campus, so you can see one of the buildings right up here. So I know it kind of looks like 2 buildings, but it is one building, and then there's a second identical building behind it that you can't really see from this angle. All those apartments were just renovated last year. I actually lived in one second semester, so they're really nice. Those are upperclassmen only, so juniors and seniors. And then behind the Baugher Center, which is where we're heading now, we do have townhouses as well. And again, those are upperclassmen only. And then in terms of athletics, we have 24 different varsity athletic sports. We have a bunch of intramural sports. We have some club teams as well. So we're actually right now walking past our turf fields. That's where our field hockey and lacrosse teams play. And then all the way up on the hill behind the apartments, that's where our baseball field is. We have tennis courts back there. We're currently building a new softball field behind Bowers. There's soccer fields back there. So we also have our track over here. So we don't have a football team. So kind of our replacement sport is soccer. So when our men's soccer team plays Messiah, who's our rival, we have what's called a marshmallow game. So fans show up, they have marshmallows, they throw them at like the players, the refs, the other fans. So it's like a giant sticky mess. It's a lot of fun. So we're definitely looking forward to having that back on campus hopefully soon. But for now, we're going to actually head up to our Bowers Center.
Yeah, so we have another question. What is the best residence hall in your opinion? What was your favorite?
Ooh, I only lived in one of the residence halls, which is Schlosser, which is where the Honors LLC is. So in my opinion, it's Schlosser because I lived there for 2 years. But yeah, I'm sure everyone else has a different opinion. But
and we also have another question. Is the Baugher Center open late and early before classes?
Yeah, it is. I don't know. The hours usually change every semester, but it usually is open late. I know with COVID, the hours have been more limited, just temporarily. We have like fitness classes like early in the morning and then like later in the evening too. We go like before or after class. Personally, I'm not a morning person, so I would go after class, but that's just me. But we're going to head in here. So this is brand new for us. There wasn't anything else here before, so we just opened it last fall, actually. So we're going to go. So this is our first floor over here. So that is where you would get ready to get in. Over here, we also have a lounge. The furniture is spaced out for social distancing right now, but it's a great spot to meet up with friends. I've done a lot of meeting up with like groups here to work on assignments. There's a fireplace over there. We also, here on the first floor, have a demonstration kitchen. So it's where those green panels are back there. So we do events where you can cook along with someone. So I know they've done like vegetarian cooking nights and stuff like that. And then right here we have an equipment desk. So there you can check out equipment to use in the field house, which we're actually going to go in a second. There's equipment like there's cornhole that you can use outside, or we actually have a sand volleyball pit and a basketball pit over on the other side of the building. So you can check out equipment for that as well. But right now we're going to go into the field house. So it's probably the largest space that we have here on campus. So this is open for both students and student athletes to use. So if, anytime something's open, you can come here and use it. I know this past semester, they divided the courts into 3 courts using the curtains, and they had like rotating sports. So they had like basketball and floor hockey and volleyball and tennis. It's set up for a lot of different sports, including baseball. So we definitely get a lot of use out of it. And of course, there's always the track as well. But we're going to head upstairs so we can see the rest of the center. Do you have another question?
We do. Are the fitness classes free to attend?
Yes. So fitness classes are free to attend. We're going to go up and actually see the fitness studio in a minute here. You just sign up online ahead of time so they make sure they have enough equipment. But yes, they're entirely free for students. So we're going to head upstairs. So normally how it works whenever it's open, you can just come in and use whatever is free. did have to do it a little bit differently, but hopefully by next fall, we're a little bit more back to normal. So we're going to set that here. So we do have another lounge up here. So again, a great study spot. The windows are also tinted, so the sun won't be blinding or anything like that. But right here we have the well. So this is run by our student wellness advocacy group. So they do events on campus like the dangers of nicotine, better sleep habits, stuff like that. When this is open, you can also come here and get like free Band-Aids, period products, and over-the-counter medications. We don't have an on-campus clinic, but we partner with Penn State. And just a quarter of a mile down the road, we have a clinic there. And so you can easily walk there. I've done it before. You can drive, or campus security will give you a ride. We have a college health liaison who works there. She's a registered nurse. She deals only with Etown students. So if you need to see a doctor, you just contact her and she'll fit you in. And then there's actually a local pharmacy who delivers to campus for free. So it's really easy to get whatever prescriptions you need here on campus, usually within a few hours, and then you just pick them up at campus security. So we're gonna head over here so we can see more of the fitness center. So in here is where most of our equipment's gonna be. So over here is mainly cardio. All of the equipment is brand new. So anything with a screen, you can watch Netflix on. And then over here on the other side, that's where most of our strength equipment is. But we're going to head down here so you can see our group fitness room. Where those group fitness classes are going to be. Like I said, they're usually like in the morning, like early before classes, or in the evening as well. We offer things like pound, Zumba, kickboxing, spin. There's a whole bunch of different things. So they get the lights going in here. It looks like a party's happening. So it's a really nice space, and we're very excited to have this here as well. But we're going to head back out here. Students really love using this space. It's never like too big, so you can always come in and use a bunch of the equipment here. Another job opportunity, we have students sitting at the desks here, so they help people check out equipment or scan in. So that's another place you can work here on campus. But we're going to head back down here.
Are there counseling services for students, and are they free?
Yes, so we have counseling services here on campus. We have several trained mental health professionals there, and they are entirely free to students. So you can always stop by and see them and make an appointment. They're in the BSC, so that's the student center. And we're going to head back downstairs. Wood or anything, so a lot of times clubs will do like s'mores nights and stuff here. And then right here you'll see the back side of Leffler Chapel. We do have some religious services in there and smaller side rooms. We were founded by the Church of the Brethren. We're no longer affiliated, so we usually use it for large campus gatherings. Usually once a semester, we'll have like a big lecture in there. You can have those big gatherings again. We also do a lot of fun things in there, so every year we usually do the Price is Right. The grand prize is usually like a weekend trip for you and a friend to like New York or Philly. I know I got called up on stage one year and I didn't make it past the first round, but I still got $10, which is really nice. We also have Mr. Etown in there, so they nominate one guy from each of the residence halls, and they do like a giant like lip sync battle basically. They have choreography, they get their friends involved, so that's always a fun time. But in terms of parking, you can have a car all 4 years or however long you're on campus, which is really nice. I know not all colleges do that, but we're going to head down here so we can walk through kind of our other center of athletics, and then we'll get more into the academic portion. But do you have any other questions or anything? Well, I can tell you about our carrot cake here on campus. So carrot cake is an important tradition that we have. It started all the way back in the 70s with our director of admissions, who would give a carrot cake from a bakery that was here on campus. We've continued that tradition since then, so if you come here in person, you'll get a carrot cake cupcake. That bakery doesn't exist anymore, but we still make it here on campus, so I can definitely recommend it. It is really good.
We do have another question. What is your favorite Etown tradition?
My favorite tradition. I really like the tree lighting ceremony. We do it every year. So basically, all the students will gather outside. There's like hot chocolate, there's cookies, and then the president reads like a Christmas story, and then we'll light a big tree that we have out in front of the BSC. So that's always a fun time. But Thanksgiving dinner is also really fun too. So basically, the alumni will come back and serve the current students Thanksgiving dinner, so you can get a table with all your friends, and that's always a really good time too.
Another question is, why did you choose Etown?
So I came here and I toured probably spring of my junior year, and I was like, oh, it's a nice campus, you know, like I like a safe school all the time. I came back and did an open house in November of my senior year, and I met with, did like a faculty department session, and my dad and I were so impressed. We heard like a lot about what their students were doing and, you know, how the professors were helping their students to succeed, which isn't something that we heard at a lot of other schools. So both my dad and I left really impressed. It became my top school after that, and I can say it's definitely true. The faculty are super supportive. They're always sending you new opportunities on campus, and so I'm really glad that I ended up choosing Etown. So we're going to head in here.
Alyssa, we do have another question.
Okay.
What is there to do in the Etown area?
So there is a lot to do here in Etown. So we have a bowling alley in town. There are hiking trails. You can also rent a bike on campus and go like biking on some of those trails. We also have like a lot of locally owned businesses. We like really close to campus actually. About a mile, so you can actually walk down there. There's a lot of locally owned restaurants and stuff like that. So my friends and I always like going and walking downtown and like shopping there and stuff like that. But like in this area we have a lot too. We're only 25 to 30 minutes from Harrisburg and Lancaster, and 20 minutes from Hershey. So there's a lot there as well. But, we're going to keep walking through here. So this is the Jaywalk. So it's kind of like this is our center of athletics before we built Baugher's. Now it's split between the two. So over here we actually have our athletic coaches' offices, and then if you go through the double doors over here, that's where our other gym is. So volleyball, basketball, and wrestling facilities. To the left here we also have a pool. It is open at specific times for students to use. It's really nice. I grew up swimming, so I always love using the pool. But we're going to head out here. So this is our academic quad out here. On nice days, professors will bring their classes out here. Usually there are a bunch of blue Adirondack chairs. You'll usually see a huge circle of them, so that's where professors will take their classes. But kind of like to orient you, we do have Leffler Chapel over to our right. In front of Leffler, there is a man-made lake, so you can do catch and release fishing there if you want. That does bring a lot of community members here on campus, and we have a great relationship with the greater Etown community. So if they're walking their dog or something like that, you can always pet their dog. I know we do have our own therapy dog. His name's Truman. He's a golden doodle. So you'll see him on campus from time to time. You can even buy a stuffed animal version of him in the college store. So yeah, it's just really nice to be able to like see dogs all around campus. Personally, I love dogs. And then across from the lake, we also have Brownmont, which is our mainly first year parking, but also our event overflow parking. It may seem kind of like on the edge of campus, but really it's everything is within a 10-minute walk. So nothing's too far away. But we're going to head in here to the Master's Center. So this is kind of where most of our science departments and everything are. We're going to go to this door here. Alright, so this is the Master's Center right here. So in Frank's Master's class, he donated part of his mineral collection, which you can see over here, and also the money that allowed us to combine the 3 buildings you see on this map. So this front corner is LEA, which is biology. The back corner over here is Musser, which is chem and biochem. And then over here we have Espenshade. So it's engineering and physics, math, psychology, computer science, and occupational therapy. So we're actually going to go down here so we can see Gibble, which is the largest lecture hall that we have here on campus. Our classes are normally capped at about 35 students, and our average class size is about 17 to 18 students. And so we're going to go down here.
Melissa, do you have another question?
Yes.
How are the professors?
They're all wonderful. They're so nice and helpful. I know I'm like Facebook friends with my professors. I can always contact them if I need advice. And they're always like looking out for new opportunities for their students. So I know usually each department's kind of like its own family, so you get to be really close with your professors. Our student-to-faculty ratio is actually 11:1, so it really is that small school environment, which I really like personally. So we're going to head in here. All right, so this is Gibble. If you have a class in here, it's only going to go till the 2nd or 3rd row. More often we use it for like other events. So every year we have Scholarship and Creative Arts Day. We call it SCAD. So they cancel classes for the day, and students present their research. So in association with that, we usually have a guest lecturer. I know my first year, it was Kathleen Kennedy Townsend, who's the daughter of Robert Kennedy and niece of JFK. So she came in here and gave a lecture. I actually got to have dinner with her the night before. So if there's a guest within like your subject area, they try to match you up for like a small group lunch or dinner while they're here on campus, which is really nice. But we also use this room for a lot of fun things. So we have like movie nights in here. They try to show recently released films. So my friends and I came here a few years ago and saw Crazy Rich Asians, for example. But Mad Cow, our improv group, will do shows in here. We also do Rocky Horror Picture Show here. So there's plenty that goes on in here. But we're gonna head out here. So you will see these posters all around campus. So they're all student research. So they either presented them at SCAD or our summer research opportunity that we call SCARP. So in this building, I never understand them. They're super technical, but they're in all of our academic buildings around campus. So we're going to head down here. I'm just going to see, do we have any other questions or anything?
We do have another question.
Okay.
Can you study abroad?
Yes, so we'll be able to see the study abroad office in a little bit. I personally studied abroad. I spent 6 months abroad. 2 of them were in Vienna to do language training, and then I spent another 4 months in Marburg, Germany at a university there, so we did like a semester of classes. But we have plenty of like short-term opportunities, long-term opportunities, there's faculty-led trips, so plenty of opportunities to get abroad. Do you have any other questions? Or all right, so yeah, if you go to the right, that's Pet Musser, so chem and biochem. We're going to go out here. If we were to keep going straight, that's LEA, which is biology. So we're going to head out this door over here. Hoover, so it's going to be our business building. It also houses our School of Continuing Professional Studies. That houses some of our master's programs. So it's mainly going to be business classes in there, but you might have a few core classes in there as well. So we're going to get here.
So we do have another question.
Okay.
Is Etown remote or in person this semester?
So it's whatever you want, really. So about last semester we did 70% in person, 30% virtual. Right now we're virtual, but starting February 15th we'll have in-person instruction again. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to be in person or virtual. So all of our classes are being taught hybrid right now. So So I'm definitely looking forward to being back in person. Personally, I don't do as well with virtual learning, so I'm definitely excited for that. But again, it's up to you, which is really great. So this building right here is just the backside of Zug, which we saw earlier. That's the music, registration, and records building. It's kind of made like a big circle. And then this building over here, if you like look in between the two buildings, that's Steinman. So that's going to be arts and communications. So we have the Etown, which is our newspaper, so you can write for that. There's a TV studio in there. We also have a radio studio. So it doesn't matter what your major is. You can sign up and do like a weekly radio show. So you can do it by yourself, you can do it with friends. You pick the music, you pick the theme. So I've had a lot of friends who have done it and they've really enjoyed it. So it's broadcast here in Etown, but also streamed online so parents can always listen in. And then the building right in front of us is where we're heading, that's Nicarry. So it's my home with political science. It also houses legal studies, philosophy, social work, sociology, which includes criminal justice, and then education as well. So even if you're not any of those majors, you're probably going to have some of your core classes in here. So we'll be able to head inside and see things in here.
We do have another question. This one's for you, specifically. What are your post-grad plans?
So I actually already accepted a job. So after graduation, I'm going to be moving down to Baltimore and working for the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. So I'm very excited about that. We're going to head over here. The classroom's unlocked, right? Okay, I just wanted to know. So we'll be able to head in and see one of our classrooms here. It's one of our interactive learning classrooms that we have. So it is right here. All right, so this is one of our interactive learning classrooms. So you'll see that the walls have whiteboards. The TV show, whatever's being shown up front. Again, there is normally more seating in here. It is a COVID thing. So we have a few of these classrooms here in this building. The goal being to create a very collaborative environment. But the classrooms that aren't set up like this still have a ton of whiteboard space in them. What's great is you have 24/7 access to this building. So if you want to come in and practice a presentation, just find a free classroom and log in using your Etown credentials. I know sometimes my friends and I will come in here and grab a classroom, so we have like a different study environment. You can also use the whiteboard space. So it's a very nice building for that.
Right, so we do have two questions.
Okay.
So what do I do if I have problems with my computer?
So that's actually great. We're going to head right over here to ITS, so I can show you where you would bring it.
So our next question is, are there internships?
Yes. So right here is ITS. So they're here to help with any software issues you may have, so Zoom, email, internet issues, Microsoft issues. We're PC and Mac friendly, so whatever you have, you can bring to campus and it's going to work here just fine. We do have a Microsoft subscription, so use it through your student account, so you don't have to worry about paying for that or anything. So they're open all the way till like usually 9 p.m. So you can come here. I know I always go here for help. You can work here if you're tech savvy. I'm really not, so that's why I always stop by for help. In terms of internships though, we have plenty of opportunities. Each department has its own relationships outside of the college. So I know the business department, for example, has a relationship with Hershey and they do a co-op with them. My department, I've actually done an internship with PA House of Representatives. So each department has their own internships, but a lot of our students will complete internships while they're here. So since they're a really great opportunity to kind of make some connections and grow some of your skills. But we're gonna head over here. So we do have another print station over here. What's great is that you can upload documents and they stay uploaded for up to 24 hours. And then you can stop by any location on campus and print it. So a lot of times what I do is I upload it the night before class, and then on my way to class, I'll stop by here and print it out. It does get busy sometimes, but it is really convenient. And then over here, we have our Center for Global Understanding and Peacemaking. They run our Global Scholars Program. And then right next door is Study Abroad. So we do have a whole bunch of pictures here from students who have studied abroad. We have a list of countries here. Our Study Abroad advisor is really great. She actually went here and studied abroad while she was here. So if that's something you know that you're into, you can contact admissions and they can actually set up a Zoom call with her. And so we go to a bunch of different countries. If you want to go somewhere that's not on our list, you can totally do that. You reach out to the Study Abroad advisor, she'll find a program for you. Within reason, you just can't go anywhere dangerous. But yeah, we have, like I said, we have short-term programs, we have long-term programs. You can spend a whole year abroad if you wanted to. it is really up to you. So I definitely recommend it since I did spend 6 months abroad. But yeah, so anything you're interested in. Yes.
We do have another question.
Okay.
How far are classes from your dorm? Is it a far walk?
It's not too far. It's usually like, I would say 5 to 10 minutes depending on which dorm you're in. What's great is that the class, like all of the academic buildings are really close together. They're within 5 minutes, like max. So if you have classes back to back, you're gonna have no trouble getting to your class on time. So yeah, everything's really close on campus, which is nice. But yeah, any other questions before? Okay, so we'll head out here. So the building you see right over here, that's Wenger, so that comes to our humanities. So English, history, modern languages, religious studies. It's mainly professors' offices. There are some conference rooms, so classrooms for like the upper level classes in there. So a lot of times those classes will be in other buildings on campus. We do have a core program. You can take 44 credits. It's 11 classes. So everyone has to take like an English and a modern language class, but we're super transfer friendly. So sometimes you can get those requirements covered by any classes that you transfer in, whether it's through AP or IB or dual enrollment, which is really nice. But we're going to head over here to the Dell, which is going to be our final stop today. But be sure to check out this next week. We're going to be uploading some videos of like the honors program and the dorms, and then more in depth for our academic buildings as well. So you can definitely check those out. I know earlier I said my favorite residence hall was Leffler, so that's actually right in front of us over here. Like I said, it's home to the Honors LLC. I lived there for 2 years. I really enjoyed it. I made a lot of really great friends there. So I know we had a lot of pancake nights there, which is always a fun time when you're already do events like that. So we're gonna head over to the Dell here. Do we have any like questions or anything?
We do. What visit opportunities do you have?
So we are doing campus visits. Starting February 8th, they are going to be outdoor only, but we have like virtual events as well for accepted students days, our junior visit days, and like our academic days and everything like that. We are doing some Saturday info sessions as well, which are in person, so you get to get some more in-depth information from some of our counselors there as well. So are there any other? Okay, so we're almost over to the Dell here, so we're going to head down here. Yeah, if you guys have any last questions, feel free to comment them. We're going to head over here to the Dell. So this is a very special spot that we have here on campus. It starts and ends your college journey. So during orientation weekend, you're going to have induction out here. That's where you sign the Pledge of Integrity and mark your official entrance to the college. And then you also have graduation out here as well. So during the year, we use it recreationally. We do movie nights and stuff out here. There's usually blue Adirondack chairs and hammocks, so people will come out here and kick a soccer ball. If it snows, people will build a snowman and stuff like that. So it's a really great spot that we have here on campus.
We do have another question.
Okay.
So if you are accepted to the honors program, do you have to live in honors housing?
So they recommend that you live in the honors dorm your first year, and then you can choose to live there however long you want. So I was in the honors program, so I lived there for 2 years. I had friends live there for 4 years. I had friends live there for 1 year. It's entirely up to you. It's really nice because it really is a community. You're going to be taking a first year seminar with other honors students. So you guys are already kind of, in that community. It's a great way to make friendships. I know one of my best friends and I live next door to each other in the honors program, and then we've lived together now for 3 years. So it is a nice community, so I definitely recommend living there, and they really encourage it your first year at least, but if you wanted to live there longer, you can totally do that too. Do you have any other questions or anything? All right, well, it was great showing you guys around campus today. Again, if you have any other questions, just let us know. Again, you can go to our website, etown.edu/admissions, to see more info about the specific events we're having. You can schedule a visit, and then you can always email us, admissions@etown.edu. Check out our videos we're going to be posting later this week. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour that we showed you around campus, and hopefully we'll see you on campus soon.